like, me do something or my husband do something, and then to see them do it, and it's like, oh my God, like, it's like, oh,
my hubby brings me joy.
Come
on, somebody.
Action. State of a Woman, segment 1, getting to know us, take 1.
This is Shop Talk, and I'm your host, M.Dia, and I have my beautiful co-hosts, Elaine and Brittany. Say hey, ladies.
Hi.
And this segment is Getting to Know Us.
Getting to know. Getting to know all about you.
She getting into it.
All right. We just want to get acquainted with you, or have you guys get acquainted with us. So we have a couple of questions, not too personal, just some funny questions to get to know us, right? Okay, so ladies, what is it that you splurge on? Like, no matter what, you will splurge, you will spend your money on to pamper yourself, or just whatever.
Well, I love to splurge on cupcakes and ice cream and candy. I love to eat me some food.
Food, okay.
Yes.
Now, that was sweet. Now,
Yes.
you a
Well, I
foodie
mean,
or a sweetie?
I'm a sweetie.
You're a sweetie.
I'm a sweetie.
Okay.
It's like cupcakes and shoes. That's kind of like.
They're both sweet, right?
Yeah.
Elaine?
Foodie.
Without a shadow of a doubt, foodie.
No doubt.
Now, what foods?
Okay, my best dish is chicken parmesan with lots and lots of cheese.
Okay, so that's the best dish that you like to cook, or the best dish that you like to eat?
Both.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted.
Okay, that's understandable. Well, I like to splurge on getting my nails done and my toenails done. Like, no matter what the season is, every 2 to 3 weeks you'll find me in the nail salon.
That's all
getting
right.
that done. Some ladies, just don't do that for whatever reason, but got to have that tight, I'm just saying.
I think because some women don't look at it as a splurge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something they can just go, look, ain't nobody looking at my feet. Like, my feet ain't done right now. Ain't nobody looking at my feet.
Now, what if I was like, all right, let's do a foot segment, and you like,
no.
I'll be walking out the door.
surprise!
You would be
Surprise! We're gonna show off.
One hole short.
Oh, you super? Okay.
I mean, my feet are done, but no.
They
Maybe
like
a
to
touch up.
expose them.
A touch up.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question. What is something that you're afraid of? I'll answer it. I'm afraid of rats. I don't like them. I don't like to look at them. Anything in that, what you call them? Rodent
family.
I don't like bunnies either.
Really?
I don't.
You know what? I can identify. I don't do wildlife, period.
Right.
Like, if it's not a human being, I
my
don't
goodness.
do it. Like, I might do, like, if you have a dog at home or something like that, that's cool. But, like, deer, squirrels, rabbits, butterflies, crickets, ants, none of that. No,
Not
don't.
even a butterfly.
As long as
What about a ladybug?
if it's far away from me, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'll look
Like
at you
in
from
a
a
picture.
distance. You know what I'm saying? We could be cool from, like, but
I mean,
nah.
I could do certain animals, but definitely like rabbits is really like not my. I don't like to look at them. Just the eyes. And,
No
I can't
Easter
do
for you?
No. No Easter bunny. I mean, unless he. Anyway.
No.
Go ahead. What about you, Eli?
It's not a big fear, but I am afraid of those centipedes. Disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm scared. I will
wildlife.
call somebody into the room to get it, or I'm gonna move. I'll sleep outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's serious. But you could stomp on that,
I'm not doing
they're
that.
fast though. They are fast.
Yeah, they're fast.
That's what you scared of them, like running and crawling up your leg or something like that.
I had an experience.
Oh no! Cue the violence.
I thought it was a piece of lint or dust on the floor, and I went to go grab it, and it was the centipede. I had to call my husband into the room. Elaine, just why don't you just sweep it, just kill it? No, could you do it? I'm on the chair in the corner. No, I'm not doing that.
Why you just step on it?
But that's what he's there for.
Oh, okay.
This is true. Husbands are on bug duty.
That's deep.
So, yeah.
Okay, so Brittany, what's your fear? What's your
Well, I mean, I told you, I don't do wildlife.
wildlife? Any type of
Wildlife, anything that is not a human being or not a domesticated animal, I don't do it. You know, and the funny thing is, I love to be outside, but as soon as anything gets close, I'm like, oh, look at the time. It's time to go.
Okay, so one last question, ladies. What is a pet peeve of yours?
You want to go first?
I'll go first. Now, most of my pet peeves relate to fashion. And some people may get offended by my pet peeve, but I'm really here to help you, you know. My pet peeve is flip-flops. Like, I can't. Don't judge me. I know you probably saying I'm judging people.
But you always got your toes done. The flip-flops work in your favor.
But hear me out.
All right.
Hear me out. Okay, so this is my thing, right? I don't, my pet peeve is grown women having array of colored flip-flops and wearing them with like different outfits. That's my thing. So hear me out. You got a lot of pretty, stylish sandals, right? And flat shoes, right? That you for cheap. You can get it for cheap.
Right.
Like $5. Right. But why flip-flops?
Because they have the rainbow colors at Walmart for $1. And you go for the whole summer.
Honey,
Come on, we gotta talk about
can't.
shopping on a budget.
Right, $5 is a budget.
If it matches, you good. No?
See,
I'm by myself on that?
that's what I'm saying.
Y'all
Listen. Some of y'all ladies may be offended. I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I do apologize. But I can't take it. Like you got on this pretty dress, you got a nice skirt, nice top, and then you pull out some yellow flip-flop. Like, no, get a nice sandal, please.
But what
I
if
beg
I'm
you.
going to the beach or like to the
But that's
park
the
or like Walmart or something?
No.
I have to have like the lace-up joints to go to Walmart?
Yeah, they flat. They nice.
Dang.
I mean, but see what I'm saying? You can have it flat and it could look like a flip-flop, but then if you got a lace up, then that's still a sandal to me.
That's a
not
gladiator
flip-flop.
sandal.
Let me be specific. I'm talking about the dollar flip-flops in all different colors. You got red, you got yellow, you got orange, you got pink, you got like
Rainbow flip-flops on fleek.
No, not for no grown woman. I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's cool. Oh, that's my pet peeve. I'm sorry.
I don't
didn't
know
mean,
what's going on.
I don't mean to take the show with that one, but I don't mean to disappoint nobody either. But Elaine, what's a pet peeve of yours? Did I stump you with that
Are we on
question?
the feet thing though? Like this is not a feet show. But undone. I don't like when men or women show their feet and they're not done and they're crusty in the summertime. They're open. They love the shoe, but their feet don't love the shoe. I don't like seeing that.
What you mean they love the shoe, their feet don't love the shoe?
They love the shoe. Oh, the shoe is nice, but they didn't.
Oh, but when the foot come out the shoe and it's like, like that?
Like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't like seeing that. I don't know what it is.
So what does it do to you when you do see it?
It makes me cringe. It makes me want to walk the other way.
So your feet is always done, right?
No, I'm not saying they covered. My feet covered.
Oh, so you mean just exposed toes?
Exposed, crusty, hammerhead,
hammerhead.
bear claw, chip polish.
Okay.
The toe that sit on top of the toe.
Don't do that.
The bunion that
You mean
got
the toe
the
is like-
big toe
like
all the
this?
way to the right.
I
when
can't.
Yeah, I don't like none of that.
And you want to think like they didn't know any better, or maybe they just didn't notice. You know, you try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but you knew.
Yes,
You knew when
totally
you put
you
on
knew.
that rainbow flip flop with your feet.
My point exactly. You see what I'm saying? If they would have had a nice stylish shoe, you might have let it slide. But being that they got it in the flip flop, it's like double trouble.
Well, I am not gonna hurt y'all feelings with my pet peeve. Okay. Maybe I will. I don't know. But my pet peeve is for the ladies. I can't stand ladies that cuss like sailors.
Oh.
That is a pet peeve of mine because it's like,
Yes.
you can see this lady walking down the street, beautiful, bundles flowing, everything is popping, and then she's like, get your beep, 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 beep. I'm just like,
But notice
it's horrible.
that Brittany just did with it. Like,
But I'm
is that-
saying,
But no, I'm serious. Like, is that now? I have a question. Right? I have a question. So I watch a little Ratchet TV every now and again, right? And so you know how they interview the people on the show.
the most ratchet
And
people.
so every interview, everybody talking.
Turn into a rapper.
Yeah, turn into it.
I
So I'm
can't
like,
stand it.
wait a minute, what happened? Did I just miss something? Like, am I not relevant? Do everybody supposed to talk?
My thing is, you didn't learn English that way. Your
Right.
teachers were not in class talking about, this is how y'all.
Hand language, sign language.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Especially as an African American woman, I will go there. It's a pet peeve of mine. You making
That
me
is very
look
true.
bad, and I have to work overtime to show people that I'm educated
That
because
is
you want to do all this and be cussing. No, please.
Yeah, you
I
can
agree.
transfer that pet peeve
Please
to
stop.
me. That's up there with smoking. Smoking
it's
and
not attractive.
It's not
profanity on a
attractive.
woman is.
not
It's not
attractive
attractive.
at all.
And I'm sorry for those that may be offended, but it's the truth. Somebody have to tell you.
You'll be better for it if you just stop.
You will be.
Seriously.
I'm your host, M.Dia, and we're back. I'm back with my beautiful host, Elaine and Brittany. Say hi, ladies.
Hey.
And in this segment, we're going to discuss the state of a woman's mentality. Now, I'm all about girl power. I'm all about the beauty, the elegance, the intelligence of a woman, of a young lady. But I'm a bit concerned these days about the ratchetness I'm seeing from TV to entertainment industry to what I've seen, I should say, outside of my front door. Now, when I lived in Jersey City, I lived right across the street from a high school. And the things that I've heard, the things that I've seen, that the young ladies are displaying is a little bit disturbing. So I want to discuss that. Like, what is it that we can do to change the situation? Now, I understand that, it starts at home. But what can we do to change the situation or bring enlightenment to the situation? Because now, all right, we hear a lot of times that we hear our older ladies telling the young ladies, you kids these days, or you young ladies these days, or whatever the case may be. But if I'm correct, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't the older supposed to teach the younger?
Absolutely.
Right. The older supposed to teach the younger. So is it fair to even pass that statement if we're not doing anything to correct the situation?
It's always easy to pass the blame. And I work with youth. I work with young people. And you want to get on them for the language that they use. You want to get on them for the clothes that they're wearing. And then you go to their parents and say, hey, such and such said this. And their parents are like, well, and you're like, oh. Well, you have a good day then. It trickles down from the parents, the grandparents. It comes all the way down. And then they have, like you said, TV, entertainment, all of that to back up what they're getting at home. So they're doing what they know. They're doing what they've seen. And I believe that when they know better, they'll do better.
That is very much true. Okay. And
That is true. And even for me, growing up in the hood, Brick City, it was, back then was the beginning of babies making babies. So now grandma is younger. Grandma that was full of wisdom, full of virtue is no longer. She got tired. So now we have this is the product of the babies having babies.
wait, stop right
Did
there.
I do that?
No,
Yeah,
I
you
ain't
did.
talking about that. Now, you say babies having babies, all right? So, okay, if we think back, I don't think it necessarily is babies having babies. I think it's the mentality. Now, I do not condone young women, young ladies, 14 years old or 12 years old having a baby, or 18 years old having a baby out of wedlock. I do not condone that at all. But what I'm saying, what I'm asking is, back in 1800s when slavery was going on and young ladies were married at 12, 13, 14 years old, having children, raising them to be, the best they could in a sense, if we think of slavery and everything.
Right, right.
Right, but they were, raising them to cook, to clean, and so on and so forth. What we see from the movies anyway. So what do you think about that? Like, can we blame it on because they're young, or can we blame it on just the mentality of?
I still think the mentality is fostered at home. You
Right.
learn that mentality from your family. You learn that mentality from the people you see around you. So, yeah, then they were forced into that lifestyle. Now, if you're being raised well at home, you're still bombarded with the media. You're still bombarded with be a cover girl. You're still bombarded with be a video girl. It's everywhere. Sexuality is everywhere. So whether you're 12 or 18 or what have you, you're being bombarded with it every day. So that's why it's important that you're getting the right stuff at home. So when the wrong stuff comes at you, you're like, I'm good.
Okay. So then, Elaine, what you were saying was about, the age, I guess, difference. What were you saying about that?
Well, what I was saying is that, again, the elders now were the result of that era. But like you said, it is a mentality thing. But if the mentality has not changed from then to now and is just becoming worse, where do you jump in to say? Because you have parents out there, like Brittany said, the ratchet parent that comes, how do you teach the parent? Without them pulling out a gun or a razor or getting their son, go and correct that teacher, because parents will do that these days.
It's horrible.
So where do we jump in at what point to even teach, before we even can get to the kids, or vice versa, either get to the parents to get to the kids, or get to the kids where they have a new understanding of what they're going through in their home, so they can say, well, Ma, this may not be the way, and my teacher told me this. Don't hit me though,
You know what?
so that the parent can gravitate to the teacher or to that role model, so that they can in turn teach their kids better.
Absolutely. I think that's a great point that you just made. And I think it might be more effective if we try to go through the kids, because the parents are set in their ways, if we can be honest. If you're 30, 40, 50, 60.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
I mean, you're harder it's harder for me to convince you to change your mentality than it is for me to convince a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, hey, you shouldn't do this. And kids nowadays, they're more tech savvy than their parents. They're more in touch with the world at their fingertips than their parents are. So maybe I do send little Kiki home with, a notebook full of things about modesty, and she's like, hey, Ma, look at this. We have to cover up. And her mom was like, because the parents know they're supposed to be role models, right? So if Kiki comes home talking about Ma, cover up, Mom's going to think about it. So I think that's a great point.
So then, I think it's important for the ones that do have, like for us, for instance, to, be involved. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, we could say that it's difficult because, what they learn at home, is what they learn at home, and then that's what we see displayed outside or whatever, or see displayed in the media. So then I think it's very important for us to even be in the media, in the forefront as well, because it gives them a different view of, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's very important. So we have to figure out a way how to get there. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the ways. Shop Talk is
I was just going to say that, because she talked about, well, how do we get to the parents? And it's through platforms like this. It's through conversations like this, because some people generally just don't know. They genuinely don't know. They don't know that they should talk a certain way. They don't know that they should dress a certain way. They don't know, to use proper English. I don't know. They don't know.
I don't think it's so much as if they don't know. I think they have to have something that they can gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you've seen, or you've read, or you've heard, if you've grown up in school. Now wait, I gotta think back, because back in the day when I went to school, my teachers were, somebody to look up to. And the funny thing is, I go to my kids' school now, and well, not right now, but when I lived in a particular area, and I went to parent teachers conference, and it was like, okay, I got to do something about this. I got to get my kids from out of the school because the teacher is displaying something that I don't display at home. You know what I'm saying? I don't display yelling at my kids with the bobbing head and what we was talking about, all the hand motion and everything. I don't know if that's a new type of sign language. Since we're talking about a state of a woman, what character flaws stunts a woman's growth?
I would say a bad attitude will stunt a woman's growth. Okay. There is nothing worse than trying to help somebody or teach somebody or work with somebody with a bad attitude. We want to complain that the man is against me and he don't want to give me a job and all this stuff, and then the hands start going. You can't grow when your hands do all of this when you talk. I'm sorry. For me, it's a bad attitude.
Okay, so Brittany, where are you from?
I'm actually from the suburbs. I don't know if you can tell, all right? But,
okay, is this like, do we think this is like learned behavior, or is it a culture because we consider this ratchet, we consider this ghetto, all of that.
Right, because when you're taught the English language, they don't say the cat had a mitten. Like, they don't, it's learned.
Right.
The animation, it's learned. And there is a time and a place for it. But when that's like naturally.
Okay, so when is the time and the place for that?
In settings like this, right? Like when you're in a setting where it's laid back, you're with family and friends, cool. But you can't go to a job interview talking about, I'm very qualified for this position.
You're very not.
Right, exactly. That's not the English language. Like, you can't. No.
Right.
It's learned. It's very much learned.
Very much learned. So, Elaine, what do you think are some character flaws that stunts women growth?
Being over opinionated about everything.
That's very good.
You do not, ladies, you do not have to be heard in every single situation. You must learn how to submit to the situation, get understanding, and know when to speak and know when not to speak. And I know that sounds like, what is she? Is she some docile woman at home? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that whether it's man or another woman in general, or you in the workplace, or even in family setting, whatever setting you are in, you have a certain presence as a woman because you're a woman. You're a nurturer. You have wisdom. Being over opinionated makes you seem like you have to overly prove something that you don't have to prove.
So how should in these instances to teach a woman, how should they respond?
That might be a class or two.
See, it takes. I think it first takes an acknowledgement, right? We have to acknowledge the things that are stunning our growth, like an attitude, like being over opinionated. Some women don't even like to admit that. This is just me, and you just gonna have to deal with it.
Say that again.
And
do the head. Say that again.
Head bobbing again.
This is just all of that. All of that.
All right, this is just me. You gonna have to deal with it. But ladies, listen. When someone is trying to teach you something, an unteachable person, where nobody can talk to you, nobody can relate to you, nobody can get in your thick skull, unteachable. That'll leave you poverty. You get absolutely nowhere because you can't listen. So, if you find yourself in one of these characteristics,
you pointing at me like I got it.
No, I said characteristics. I did like this. Meaning the one that Brittany gave the example and the example that you gave. If you find yourself in one of these characteristics, sit back, take a seat back. Sit down. Be quiet. Shut up. Oh, my bad. I wasn't supposed to.
Well, dang.
I'm sorry. Don't shut up. Be quiet. We're teaching our children not to say shut up, right? Why do we teach y'all to? All right, that's sidebar. Anyway, sit down, sit back, take a seat, and acknowledge it. Make a self-evaluation to say, well, okay, I can address certain situations a different way. The way you address something is the way you're going to have that outcome. So if you go in now I call it nice nasty, because you can talk very firm and very stern, but very nice, but the person know that I am not playing with you. Okay,
That's my area.
I'm still working on that. I'm like, you better stop. I am not happy with you right now.
really. And what is your response, Brittany? what response do you give?
When we talk about being stern and all of that, like, I'm naturally bubbly. So, what do you say to the person who's always just lighthearted? And I don't get taken seriously when I try to, put my foot down. I'm like, you better, huh? And they just
Because you have a laugh in back of it. That's why.
yeah, you gotta stop laughing.
I'm sorry.
Put on a serious face. Put on a serious face right now. I said
No.
serious, not
How was
diva.
that? No.
I'm gonna practice, and after,
Okay.
I'm gonna come back.
She
and we're
straight
gonna-
went diva on you. I said serious, and she went. She gave you that diva look. But anyway, so evaluate yourself. I think is very important. And that goes for anybody. To take a step back and evaluate yourself and see your mistakes and see the things that you can change, the things that you want to change. A lot of times, women want to change certain things, but just don't know how to. You know what I'm saying? And that, yes.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to jump in right there. There's a saying that they teach in school. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you should listen twice as much as you talk. If you want to change how you are, you have to be intentional. You don't have to tell everybody that you're about to change. Oh, I'm on that brand new. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to put it on your Facebook status. You don't have to tweet about it. You don't even have to get on Periscope like, hey, y'all, I'm about to be brand new. Just be intentional about listening more. You'll learn a lot about the people around you just by listening. You're like, oh, man, I didn't know I made you feel that way. I'm sorry. Because I don't think it's any of our intention to hurt other people.
Right.
It's not our intention to build an icebox and put it where our heart used to be.
Right. Exactly.
Like I did that, right? But seriously, we have to do more listening and less talking sometimes.
And even in that, finding a role model it's okay to pattern yourself after somebody.
Absolutely.
Not become someone, but finding someone that you can pattern yourself after to say, well, I like her personality. I like her disposition. I like her attitude. I like her, even in appearance. I like her appearance. I want to pattern myself after.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
connecting with other females that, I don't want to say that's better than you, but that can
you
help
aspire
you,
towards.
right? That can help you grow.
And that is so key, because once you acknowledge that you are ratchet or highly opinionated or very you're just a bunch of stuff that you don't need to be as a woman, it is good to be amidst your peers that can be that support system, because a lot of times you'll feel like you have to humble yourself in a negative way, and then it's like,
Right.
I don't want to say anything. Then you shut down. It's like, I don't want to say anything. I'm too opinionated, so I'm not going to say anything at all. And that's not the key either. You have to acknowledge it and then take an evaluation. And sometimes taking an evaluation means once you acknowledged it, not to say you're going to stop it altogether, because we just like to run our mouth sometimes as women, but take a step back. And when you do it, look at the response that you get from every angle. The ones that's, girl, yeah, you tell them. And then the other side is like, you're not getting a job. You just don't fit with this company.
You need people that are going to help you, people around you. And here's a tweetable for y'all. Ladies, listen. As a woman, it's okay to admire another woman. And I don't mean romantically, none of that.
Definitely.
I mean, like, I'm not going there. What I'm saying is you see somebody and you're like, yo, she's fierce. Like, I want that look, or she's doing big things. Like, I want to be like her. I want to do that. I'm
Yes,
inspired by
definitely.
her. It's okay. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you whack.
of a
It doesn't
woman.
make you less of a woman.
None of that.
It's okay to admire another lady.
Yes.
You
If
gotta-
anything, it helps you grow.
Absolutely. You need something to see. You know, that's why you have a recipe. You got to look at the recipe so you get the
Right.
desired outcome. Okay. Let me just put this out there. This is a tweetable, so take out your phone and tweet it. Hashtag shop talk, right? Women, ladies, it is okay as a woman to admire another woman. And I don't mean like, oh, she cute, I'm trying to get that. No, I mean admire as in I'm inspired by her. You know, I love the way that she dresses. You know, the way that she carries herself when she enters a room. Like I want that. I want to be
Yes.
that. I want to do that. It's okay to have a model. You know, like when you have a recipe, you follow the recipe so you can get the right kind of cake, right? It's okay
Right.
to be inspired by another lady.
So, but remember, you have to have the right ingredients. You have to have the ingredients and then follow the instructions
Right.
for the get good.
Yeah.
get good.
And not only that, in addition to that, you can tweak, not tweak, you said tweak, okay. Tweak the ingredients to your own specifications so
absolutely.
you won't have, because you gotta be careful, because then you'll be an exact replication of that person, which is totally not you, and then you're not happy with it. So when you follow the ingredients, see what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and then tweak it. You might come out with a better recipe, and then that person, that support system, they're not sitting there criticizing you, they're applauding you because you took the initiative to be your own person.
Well, I would say that, you know, I encourage women to be organically them. And in that, like Brittany said, it's okay to have a role model, somebody that you look up to, somebody that you can kind of pattern yourself after, or that you just, you know, kind of not want to necessarily be like, but aspire to. But be organically you, still being who you are, not losing yourself in the midst of, you know, oh, I want to be like this person or whatever.
Fresh, rain, fall, fresh